Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a full face of affordable makeup while I answer your questions. Now, I put on Instagram to ask me any questions that you would like to know about me, and quite a few of you chimed in and asked me a bunch of questions. So I'm going to be answering those questions as I get glammed up with a full face of affordable makeup. Alright, so before we get started, please make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you click that little notification bell. That way you are notified every time that I upload. And show this mama some love and give this video a thumbs up. And comment down below in the video if these are the type of videos that you like. Also, too, I am almost to 300 subscribers. And once I reach 300 subscribers, I will be doing a huge giveaway. All you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, so make sure that you subscribe so you're part of that giveaway when it comes time. Alright guys, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so I'm actually going to put my hair back. So there was quite a few different types of questions. There was also a lot of repeat questions. Hopefully I answer everything that you guys want to know. If you do not have an Instagram and you did not see this opportunity to ask me a question, please ask me a question down in the comments and I will gladly answer any of your questions. So really quickly, I am going to prime my face. If you want to know the products that I'm using, please look down in the description box because I always list all the products that I mention in the video. Oh, I am using the Flower Beauty Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir. Now, I also post a lot on Instagram as well as on my Twitter and Facebook, but mostly so on Instagram. I like to do stories on Instagram, so if you have an Instagram, my link is in the description box. If you get a chance to follow me over there, check me out. Alright, so now that my skin is nice and primed, the foundation that I'm going to go in with is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, and I'm going to be using shade MN3. So the first question is, how did you get into makeup? Well, actually, I got into makeup kind of late to the game. I wasn't into makeup in high school at all. I was, you know, for better words, a tomboy. I know some people don't like that label, but I wasn't a girly girl. I just really wasn't into makeup. I didn't really know how to apply it. The little bit that I did know how to apply, I learned either quickly from watching my mother. I'm going in with the Flower Beauty sponge, or believe it or not, was a friend of mine in high school. He was gay and his mom owned a salon and he gave me some tips, and so that's pretty much all I knew when I was younger about makeup. Now, I was always a big mascara fan, like loved mascara and lipstick, were the only really makeup that I knew. If I got an eyeshadow palette, it was one from the drugstore that had like, put this color here, put this color here, put this color here. And that's pretty much all I knew. But how I really truly got into makeup and got really passionate about it, I have 6 kids and I love Halloween. Alright, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in shade Light Pale. And I started looking up ways of, you know, making their costume, just because it just would get super expensive. All the kids' costumes and accessories and stuff like that. And I love crafts. I always have loved crafts because of my Nana. We did crafts all the time. So I love arts and just crafts, and so I love that. So I was like, you know what? I can do their makeup for Halloween and stuff. So I started looking into on YouTube how to do kind of like FX makeup. I saw all these FX makeup people, and you know, some would do like regular makeup, but I really wouldn't watch that. I would just watch the FX. One day wanted to do my makeup for one of my maternity shoots, and I wanted to look really good. Went on YouTube and I looked up, you know, makeup from the drugstore because I knew that I didn't have any other type of makeup, and I found Jaclyn Hill. And I watched one of her tutorials and I did my makeup that way, and the photographer was like, wow, like your makeup looks really good. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then it became more of like an art thing. Like I just like kind of creating. So I started following Jaclyn Hill, and then I started finding other YouTubers that did makeup, and I really started falling in love. Whole process of like creating a look. It really is more so like going from nothing to something. I just love the creation part of it. That's pretty much how I got into makeup. So anyway, oh, I am using the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder in Translucent. Love this powder. Okay, so what type of makeup do you like? Well, I would definitely say that from the very beginning, before I was really into makeup, I've just always loved mascara, because it just, to me, mascara just takes you from looking okay to your eyes wide awake, and I just love mascara. But my addictions is eyeshadow palettes, or eyeshadows, and lipsticks. I am using the e.l.f. Cosmetics brow pencil, like real lipstick, and lip gloss, lip products. Those are my absolute makeup that I absolutely love, where I kind of struggle with not buying. Who is your favorite influencer? Actually, guys, I think I'm going to bring you in closer real quick. There you go. You guys are a little bit closer. So I definitely think my absolute favorite influencer is Kathleen Lights. I'm using the Burts Bees blush in Bare Peach. I initially was drawn to her because she had the, you know, the same skin type as me, but I just loved her personality. She does the old school type of videos, favorite videos, the type of reviewing that she does, and I just feel like she's just very genuine and that she cares, and I just feel like shows so much of herself to us. And I know that she has struggles with anxiety. It's nice for someone to be real, and I feel that she is real with her subscribers about her struggles, and you know, she shares, you know, what she thinks is her insecurities, though, you know, we might not think that that's a big deal, but those are the things that bother her, and I just really connect with her, and I really enjoy her content. I kind of grabbed the Anastasia brow gel. Sorry. So one less thing. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. It was on the table and I put it on. So the next question is, what is your favorite makeup palette? Ooh, that's a hard one. I think I have, well, it's not and it is. Like my absolute go-to favorite makeup palette, and I know I just said that Kathleen Lights is my favorite influencer, and yes, that is the reason why I bought the palette. That is not the reason why I absolutely love it, and that is the Zodiac palette with the collab that she did with Colourpop. Oh my god, I love that palette. That is like my go-to every day. It never stares me wrong. I love that palette. So yeah, that's actually an easy one. I don't know why I was like, ooh, that's a hard one. It's not a hard one. That's my favorite. Now, my next favorite palette would probably be the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, because you can do any eye look with that, and the formula on those are great. So my absolute favorite is definitely the Colourpop and Kathleen Lights Zodiac, and then I would say the Jaclyn Hill palette comes in second. What is your favorite brand? Now, it actually took me a minute to be like, what is my favorite brand? And there's so many brands that I absolutely love. All right, for highlighter, I'm going to use the Master Chrome Maybelline in Molten Rose Gold. I had to think about it for a while. I'm like, okay, so I have a lot of Colourpop. I have quite a bit of Morphe. And then I'm like, but I also have, you know, just an array of so many different brands. And it was like, what brand has never really disappointed me? Like, really. And I would definitely say one of my absolute favorite brands for high end, I'm going to give a high end and a low end. So one of my absolute favorite brands is definitely Hourglass. And the reason why I say Hourglass is because, I mean, every product that I've ever tried out for them is just amazing. They're cruelty free. There's just such an amazing brand. Like, I really, all in all, I don't think I've ever gotten anything from them that I didn't like. Like, I love Hourglass. So I would say Hourglass on the high end is definitely one of my absolute favorite brands. Now, for drugstore, I went back and forth on this, but I think I'm going to go with Colourpop. And the reason why I'm going to say Colourpop is because I know a lot of people get annoyed with them and everything, but they're just so affordable and they're such good products. And yeah, have I had some flops with Colourpop? Yeah, I have. I'm actually going to be using their single shadows actually for my eyes. They put out such amazing quality stuff for such an affordable price that I'm gonna say Colourpop. I know a lot of people, either they love them or they hate them or they're sick of hearing them, but you know, for a girl that just doesn't have all the money in the world to spend on good quality stuff all the time, I reach for Colourpop. So I would definitely say that high-end version is definitely Hourglass and lower-end version is Colourpop. Now, there's so many other brands that I absolutely love, but if I had to narrow it down, those would be the two. All right, for bronzer, I'm gonna go in Physicians Formula in Butter Bronzer. This one is in the Sunkissed shade. Kind of put on my highlighter, but I forgot my bronzer, so not a big deal. So we're a little backwards today. What made you open up a YouTube channel? This was probably the most asked question on all the questions that I received. Like I said, I was loving watching all these influencers and these reviews, and you know, I just loved, you know, hearing all the different brands, even though I wouldn't go out and buy them. Just so you know, I will be using my Colourpop Single Shadow palette. This is a whole bunch of different colors that I picked. I will try to name the colors as I go. First color I'm going to be putting in my crease is Labyrinth, and that is like a cool tone pinky. You know, I was watching all these videos and I was just really enjoying it, and you know, I have always been very busy between all the kids and work and, you know, juggling the kids' activities and stuff like that. I've kind of always had a hobby, you know, whether it would be crafting or was riding horseback since I was 7, and I was free leasing a horse that I had pretty much known for 18 years. And it was the second time that I was free leasing him, and I had him for a while, and he was pretty much one of the love of my life. I absolutely loved his name was Playboy, and if you knew him, it fit perfectly because he knew he was gorgeous. But anyway, that's beside the point. He passed away from a twisted gut 2 weeks before my wedding, which was about 5 years ago now. And I was devastated, and I really haven't ridden since then. And then we got the house, we got married, we had some more kids, and I didn't have anything for myself. And, you know, all I did was work and kids and house, and that's it. I didn't go anywhere, I didn't do anything. You know, I really just wanted something for myself, and I know a lot of moms will struggle with this. I'm actually going to go on with this deep purple right here, which is called Try Me. I will tell you, for anyone who's a new mom or a mom-to-be or, you know, has kids and, you know, we think we have to do it all. We have to do it all, and it has to be done perfect, and there's no such thing as a perfect mom. None. And you're like, oh, well, I see so-and-so, their life is perfect, and they have a big house, and they have this and that, whatever. Everybody has their struggles. And moms just seem to think that in order to be a good mom, you have to be able to juggle everything and be this and perfect that, and discipline your kid this way, and feed your kid this way, and only organic, and only this, and only that, and whatever. Stop it. If you're a mom and you're doing that to yourself, stop it. And the reason why is there is no such thing as a perfect mom, okay? As long as you love your child, that you do right to your child, and that you do what's in your heart. Because I love my children equally, but I love them differently because they're different people. They're different humans. I still love them all the same, and they bring a different light in every direction. You know, I get a different light from them. As a mom, you know, we get stuck in this rut, and we don't take time for ourselves. And I know that. And I found myself stuck in that rut. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know, I really like creating things. And how cool would it be if I started my own YouTube channel to have my time? You know, something for me to do, something for me to enjoy. I obviously like watching, obviously love makeup. So I pretty much did this for me to have my time. So I'm coming up on 6 months that I've been doing it, and I haven't looked back. I have really, really enjoyed it. Can it be a little stressful at sometimes? Because, you know, I'm trying to keep up with a schedule and, you know, this and that. But I just have been enjoying it so much. I never go out. So it just gives me like, oh, I can play with makeup. It's something that I love, and it's like my little hobby, and that's why I'm doing it, and I love it. Felt like I just needed an outlet, because if you don't have that outlet, whether you're a mom or not, you will burn yourself out. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna go in with, which I'm super excited, I haven't used this yet. This is the Eye Luster Cream Eyeshadow from Ciate. I got this in a BoxyCharm, I believe it was, or an Ipsy bag. And this is in shade. When I find the color, I will make sure to post it for you guys. Hopefully this works. Ooh, that is pretty. So one of the other questions that I got was, which kind of goes off of what I just said, and and that is, how do you find the time juggling being a mom, your full-time job, and all that jazz? So the answer to that is just scheduling. So I do a lot of filming in the afternoon when my kids go down for their nap. I film on the days that I am not coming off my 24. So like, I work every Sunday, so on Mondays I usually don't film because I'm usually exhausted. Have I filmed on Mondays? Yeah. Because I had something going on Tuesday and whatever. So it's like, you know, when I have a free moment, when the kids are napping, or, you know, when my husband comes home, you know, and he, you know, can kind of watch them. It's kind of hard when they're up because they're, no matter if I film downstairs or upstairs and they're in the middle or whatever, it doesn't matter. You can usually hear them because the little ones are 3 and 1. They're just loud. They're kids. They're loud. It happens. I really try to make sure that it doesn't interrupt my time with my kids. So it can get difficult sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to take Wait For It color, which is like another peachy color. I'm going to start to do my under eye. And don't get me wrong, like I don't want you thinking like I'm like super organized, because I try to be with certain things, but I am not with everything else. I want to be. I strive to be, but our lives are pretty crazy with all the kids. For my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use the highlighter Maybelline Grwm that I used. Alright, pop that in there, drag it down a little bit. Alright, so the next question that I got, which was, what do I do for a full-time job? I am a paramedic, and I have been a paramedic now for about almost 7 years, and I have been a EMT for 11 years. And I love it. It is a passion of mine. It is something that I've wanted to do since I was 15 years old. And the reason why I know that I was 15 years old is because one of my best friends died in a car accident and the vehicle flipped over several times. He did not have his seatbelt on. People, wear your seatbelts. I'm unsure if he was ejected from the vehicle or not, but he was thrown around obviously inside the vehicle because it rolled over several times, and he was med-flighted to the Children's Hospital. The really strange part is the city that I work in is actually the city that the accident happened in, and I did not plan that. And so it was the service that provided his care. So kind of like weird, like full circle. Yeah, so he got into the accident on a Wednesday. He was put into a coma. He had severe head injury. The rest of him was pretty fine. It was just mostly head injury from being thrown around and from not wearing his seatbelt. And sadly, they took him off life support because there was no brain activity, and he passed away like the Saturday. My stepmother told me it was between like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was devastated. Like, how can somebody die at 15 over just something as simple as putting your seatbelt on? He would still be here. I feel as though his death was a lesson, you know, that he was put on this earth to teach this lesson that seatbelts save lives. Don't drive too fast. The kid that was driving was going a little too fast. Not erratic, nothing like that. But he was a brand new driver. He only had his license for 5 days. And he didn't know, he had to stop suddenly, and he just didn't think to slam on the brakes. He just turned the wheel, from what I gathered. I remember my parents coming and telling me, and in that time frame, my father and I went to the crash site, or where we thought the crash site was, and we found it, and you could see like the wrappers from what the paramedics used to try to save his life. And at that moment, I was like, I want to know what they did. Now, I've always been interested in medical. My mom's a nurse. She's been a nurse for 40 years. I wanted to know what they did. You know, I didn't blame them for his death. Him not putting a seatbelt on is what caused his death. But it interested me, and I was like, someday I'm going to be on the back of that ambulance, and I'm going to try to save somebody. Though my life didn't go the way I wanted it to after high school, you know, getting pregnant and getting married at such a young age, and, you know, not having the finances to put myself through that school. It came a little bit later in life. But every time an ambulance went by, I'm like, I am going to be on that boo-boo bus and get off this school bus. And I did. I ended up getting a scholarship and going through for med school, for volunteering for the town that I was living in. And I've been working in that city since the beginning. The city that tried to save him. The paramedics there that I learned from, you know, we're there for like 20 plus years. They're just the most amazing dedicated, experienced, you know, medics around. If anyone was going to be able to save him, they would have done it. And it was because he didn't have a seatbelt on. And now that's my job. And do I think I go around like, I'm going to save everybody? No. Because unfortunately, that's just not how it goes. But I love my job. And that's the moment I decided to do my full-time job. And I wish I paid more. I wish I paid a lot more. Because we get paid. But that's another subject. But yeah. Alright, so that was kind of deep. Sorry about that. I'm going to put my mascara on. Oh, I can't put on Thrive. I need to put on Affordable. See? It's like habit. Like, I just go for my go-tos. Alright, so I'm going to put on my Loreal Lash Paradise in Black. Alright, so I'm going to pop on the Colourpop Lippie. Alright, so I'm going to take the Milani Soft Rose, and this is their, I believe this is their Nourishing Lip Plumper Gloss. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun, you know, doing this with you and answering your questions. If you have any questions that I did not, you know, get a chance to answer, please comment down below so that I can. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the love and support that you've given me on this journey, and I'm just really enjoying it. I hope you are too. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Alright guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!